Good afternoon, everyone. A lot better than last week's weather, I tell you. You know,
Well, it was cold out here last
it
week.
was cold. I can do it with a little water. Gene DeFrancis, community leader in the Bronx, and I've been doing it for a long time. I've been on the front lines in the Bronx for over 10 years now, and serving behind the scenes for a little longer. And one thing I know, two things I know. When you see a group coming together of different backgrounds, different beliefs, in the rain, like Gizmo and the Mogwais, we multiply, right? Just don't feed us after midnight, because we're cute and cuddly now, and the feeding after midnight are the lies. So the second thing I know after doing community leadership for all these years is they lie. The politicians lie. They find out where you stand, and they'll say something different in that room, and then go to the next room and say something totally different. So this is why we want to put them on the record and say, where do you stand? This way it's recorded. Because Pat from the Conservative Party will have a conversation with him, and he'll say something different. And then my friends from the Democrat Party will have a conversation, it'll be something different. And then me as a moderate, and lifelong independent until 2 years ago when I had enough of the monopoly in the city, I was an independent all those years, and I turned Republican. Not because the Republicans are better or the Democrats are better, it's because we need to balance the numbers. They need to see that enough is enough. At the end of the day, we're all New Yorkers. We're all Bronxites. Well, most of us are Bronxites. And they ask, why are we down here? Well, I went to school in Manhattan. I worked in Manhattan at the Equinox, right in Greenwich Village for many years. That could have been my cousin in the Burger King, my daughter, my brother, my sister. Bronx is only a hop, skip, and a jump away. It's only a short bridge in Harlem, where this man is telling people he's going to dictate what the law is. Now, I don't know it personally, but what I know is that they signal with bail reform that we're going to sympathize with the criminals. We're not looking to lock down everything. You jump in a turnstile, you're going to jail for 20 years. That's ridiculous. Let's not get that even in anybody's thought. We're talking about criminals. And I want to take the time and specifically talk to the mayor right now. You're so close. You're so close because you said it in a couple of your speeches. It's not gun violence, though. It's gang violence. I want to challenge all the media. Walk into your precinct, walk into any precinct, and ask the captain, where is the gun violence coming from? More than 90% of the gun violence are coming from gangs. Innocent children, 12, 13, 14 years old, are being bullied because the old timers, the old school guys, are recruiting them in our streets. And we deal with it a lot in the Bronx. We have to get them back in our fold. That's why you got to support the community organizations. You got to get them off the streets. You got to get them in a family environment because a lot of our kids come from a broken home. That's just a reality in New York. You got to be their family. You got to look out for your neighbor to the left and the right. It is your business. Your community is your business. If a kid's struggling, if he's having a hard time, it's just a kid. Pull him in before the gangs pull him in. That's how we stop the violence. That's how we stop the gun violence. That's how we stop the desperation. Working together. I want to thank all of you for coming out here in the rain. I want to thank all my colleagues and friends for coming out here. We can get through this. There's better days ahead. This is just rain. It's not going to hurt us. We got to talk to each other with common sense. But I'm going to be strict on one thing. We have to send our own signal. And DAs that are not going to enforce the laws that we as a community put down in the books, it's not his job to change those words. It's councils. It's their job. We elected from different regions in our city. It's their job to change the laws, not his. We need to send the message. He needs to resign or he needs to be removed by the governor Hochul, because we need to send that strong message that enough is enough. We run the city. Everyone here, this is our city. It's not the elected officials. We got to take that power back. That American flag, the 50 stars and stripes, that's our flag. That doesn't belong to the governors. It belongs to every single man and woman in this country. Our flag. And we got to stop giving it away to these elected officials. They're not our leaders. Our God is our leader. Work together. God bless each of you, and thank you for being out here.